back, everybody. I am B Hood, and this is SPANK'UM Chess. And I have a question for you. Have you ever had a couple of inaccuracies, a mistake, and a brilliancy all in the same game and still pull out the victory? Well, in this one, I'm gonna show you how it's done in the Italian game. My favorite. Check it out. So in this one, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the board is set up. I'm on the bottom, and I'll be playing the Italian game. The Italian game is the first system I've ever learned, and I like to give a shout out to Jude Akers. I read his book like 20 years ago or so called The Italian Gambit, an opening repertoire for white, D4. And it showed the D4 move, E4, E5, E4, E5, knight to F6. Well, we'll just go through it right here, and I'll show it to you. So to start, it goes out E4, E5, knight to F6, knight to F3, knight to C6, bishop to C4, bishop to C5. Now this is the opening line to the Italian game, the Giochio piano line. You have a couple more like the Miami variation, the Godfather variation, but now typically white tends to go with the C3 move here, but not in the line not the Jude Akers line. I'm gonna say it like that. And this is the line that I play practically exclusively. D4. D4, ladies and gentlemen. We go D4 first. We do that first. Now, he's going to follow right down the main line. Bishop captures D4. Knight captures D4. Knight captures D4. And castle on the king side. Now, as you can see, again, this is one of the reviews where the computer says that's a good move to castle, but Stockfish says the better move was to go to bishop to E3. But I'm going to show you why. Because right here in this moment, because he is protected by the pawn, he goes knight to F6, which is basically the standing variation of the two knights variation inside of the Italian game. So what I do here, F4. Now they're saying these are book moves, and literally this is right out of the book, but I've been playing it for so long that I understand the seams, theories, and motifs that's going on into this. So I know if E captures F, then his knight hangs, and that's the whole purpose of that. And if he chooses to do nothing, do something, let's say castle on the king side or whatnot, let's say he would have castle on the king side, then that means boom, that's going there, and now he's gonna lose a piece for sure. Okay? And here it is here, ladies and gentlemen. There's the blunder. Now, I know I didn't make the blunder, but there's the blunder, ladies and gentlemen. There is the blunder. Now, and I missed a really brilliant move. I won't say it was a brilliant, but it would have been a very exciting and very attacking way to play. I didn't play the moves, but I want you guys to leave it in the comments. Leave it in the comments. Do you see the move? Do you see the line that I should have employed? Okay, here we go. Let's go with the line I did employ. F4. Now F5. I continually tell you that is when you're attacking, it's not the F4, F5 square. It's called the FU square. It's the FU square, because now I'm going to continue to be pushing down the line, and this is the main line here. This is the main line. Now we going. Let's go. Let's see what he does here. Now he goes to B6. Now he should have castled. He should have castled in this situation. His king is still stuck in the center. I've already fortified my king. And by the way, see, he wants to give his bishop some scope over here. Maybe go to here or down over there. But he still left this pawn there. Yes, he's attacking. The pawn on E4, but we already know if he foolishly captures that pawn, I'm gonna blast him with a check, call another check, and get the piece back. If he was to foolishly capture that piece, even though that's a threat, let's see how I respond. Knight to C3. Now I'm protecting the pawn on E4. And the review says that this is the best move in this situation. It's the best move in the situation. And as you can see on the left side of the board, you can see the evaluation bar. So let's check it out. Let's see what they do here. What did I tell you? Bishop to B7? What is he expecting his bishop to do in that situation? Yes, he has the long diagonal. But I'm also seeing that this knight here is preventing, the knight on F6 is preventing his queen to being able to apply a lot of pressure to get to that G5 square and apply pressure on my G2 pawn. He's looking to go queen. Now, he could castle queen side. He might be attempting that, but do you see how long this is taking him? Do you see what's really going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, let's go. Bishop to G5. Now I'm pinning the knight. He won't be able to move, and this is also luring him in to bring his queen onto E7. Because if he brings that queen on to E7, you know I'm going to jump that knight. And this is what I'm thinking. If he brings the queen on to G7, I'm jumping my knight there and applying more and more pressure. But then he's going to be able to come down. We'll see. I'm going to show you how it goes. Now, what have I told you about those? The H3, the H6. Those are for. H3, A3, A6, H6. Those are the moves. Those are the flanking, attacking moves to get your bishop so they can get themselves out of that pin. Now, I'm not saying that just when I do it that I'm the only one who has a reason to do it. But I'm pretty sure, I'm telling you now, I have ulterior motives planned up, ladies and gentlemen. I have ulterior motives. I need him to move that up there. And I'm going to show you why. Here we go. Bishop captures F6. Queen captures F6. Now, as you can see, he has a hole over there. Now, knight to D5. Threatening the pawn on C7 and getting that check, which will force him to move his king, and I'll be able to get a rook. So he has to bring that queen back. He has to bring the queen back. And there it is, the mistake. You see how they do? You see how they show him? They said, man, that's a mistake right there, man. He didn't want to have his queen in the line of fire like that. Okay, let's go. Queen to G4. Now, as you see, queen to G4 is a deadly play there. Now, I'm threatening to go down and capture the pawn on G7 and really disrupt everything. Now, you see how I prevented him from castling on the queen side. He was all set up. He could have castled either way. But seeing as though that I castled on the king side, he wanted to make it a more dynamic game. And when you get opposite side castling, that's what happens. You make it a more dynamic game. More tactical, okay? More finesse and technique is involved. But let's see here. He castles on the king side. And again, you see the question mark, ladies and gentlemen. You see the question mark. That means that was a mistake. And you're going to see what I mean by that was a serious mistake. Let's go. Now you see, don't you? You see that. F6. Excuse me. F6. Now I'm threatening checkmate. And he needs to do something about that. You see? And now you see the downside of that H6 move. You'll see the downside, watch. Look at that, G6. That is the best move in that situation. But I have another play. Knight to E7 check. Now you may say, oh man, I can get the piece back and all of those things, but this is where it all rolls downhill, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at the beauty of it. Do you see it? Leave it in the comments if you see the move. And remember this, we're gonna leave a timestamp. Oh, at this time, this is what the line was. Let's go. Let's see what he does. Let's see what my opponent does. Knight captures on E7, which was anticipated. Pawn captures on E7, forking, so to speak. The bishop and the rook and the queen. So he's definitely gonna have to capture that. He captures back, and you see that was an error. The computer's saying the better move was for him to go D5 and just give up the queen. Look at that. They said no. When I captured that piece, they said just go D5 and give up the queen. See that? You see that? You see, this is what they're saying that he should have done. D5, give up the queen. Because it is happening. Bow. That's what's gonna happen. That pressure is coming down. Queen captures G6 check. Now he must go to the corner, and now you see the. Man, do you see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? Do you see what I'm saying? The E, the A6, the H3s, the E3s, anything on the 6th or the 3rd rank on the flank can come to you can use that to your advantage. Yes, it's good. It's a good deflecting move, but early on, it's gonna turn. I turn into a disadvantage for them and an advantage for me. Now let's see. Check. So now king to H8. Queen captures H6. Check again. He has to go back. Now I can keep doing that check, but no, I do something even greater. Bow. Now, in this particular situation, I should have went to F3. Ooh, you see how icy that was? You see, now that's the downside of when you play that F4. You always are gonna have that A7 G1 diagonal, that long diagonal right here where you see that queen raking down, that diagonal right there where that queen is at. That diagonal is deadly right there. It could be deadly for you. However, even though he's got that check, he's still under pressure from getting that checkmate. King to H1. Now let's see. He still can't take. He still can't take the bishop because queen to G5 and then rook to H6, and that's a checkmate. You see what I'm saying? So let's see what he does. Bishop captures E4. Okay, now my bishop now is really still under pressure now. Now that won't work if you to capture. He can literally capture that bishop simply because he has a bishop. That bishop on E4 can come back and help to defend his king with bishop to G6 in case I call a check or something. Okay, but now let's see what happens here. Boom, I still go with queen to G5 check. King to H8. Okay, now it's getting thick. Now you know he's got that long diagonal over there. He's got that, and there's a lot of problems that can come for me. But watch, just watch. Boom. Rook to H6 check. Now he's got to bring the bishop back. Bishop to H7. Now I wonder what that arrow means. That little arrow right here. All these, oh, that means it's forced. He had to do that. Now here it is. Boom. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Inaccuracy, a miss, and a blunder. All in the same game, and I'm gonna get a brilliancy on his blunder. And here it is. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to tell me what you think it is. What do you think it is? Leave it in the comments. And here it goes. I'm gonna give you a second or two to think about it. Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. E5. Now they say that's a mistake. They say that one is a mistake. But watch this. This is the blower. This is why. Oh my God. This is so. This. Here it is. Watch it. Boom. That's gonna give me the brilliancy that I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see it? You don't even see it, do you? That's what I mean, man. I want you guys to see it and walk through it with me. Queen to F6 check. King to G8. Now that's forced. That's what that little arrow, that little white arrow at the top means. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Drum roll, please. Oh, you see it, don't you? Pie-yow. Now, if that is not poetry in motion, let's go back. I don't know what is. That is poetry in motion. The Italian game, ladies and gentlemen, is a very strong game when you play from that E4. I am telling you. And I'm giving you a nice repertoire, so check this out. Boom, he goes queen to D6, thinking that he can just save the day, but he doesn't see the inevitable. And you see the crown royal on the bottom. You see the crown royal over my king's head. That means a checkmate. You see the hashtag I just got spanked over my opponent. Hashtag I just got spanked. Hashtag I just got whooped. That's how that goes, ladies and gentlemen. I had a miss, a blunder, and all those things all in one as we go back. So what do we learn in this game, ladies and gentlemen? What do we learn? what we learned is that when we stay focused and stick to the script, yes, we may miss a move. I missed a brilliant move. I missed a pretty good move. And I asked you to leave it in the comments what you thought that line was. But at the end of the day, even though there was a miss, he had a couple blunders as far as I'm concerned. He had a couple blunders. But there was a miss, a couple of inaccuracies, and I still pulled out another brilliancy. Now that was brilliant. Wasn't that the right move? Don't you? I need to get a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, what you can do for me is go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave it in the comments. That's how you can say, okay, that was a brilliancy, and I appreciate that. Everything that I'm giving to you guys. Okay? So again, like, subscribe, and comment on what you just saw. And I will respond. Until next time, this is SPANK'UM Chess. I am B Hood. Peace.